of detaching something from the ground. So again, we said one is not allowed to detach anything that's still connected. Once it's detached from the ground, I don't know how halakha is, one is allowed to cut it to pieces. So if a person, let's say, has tomatoes that are still with the vine, you're allowed to detach them from the vine, and there's no problem again once they're detached from the ground. Halakha says, מותר לקטום בשבת besamim ופרחים מענפים תלושים מערב שבת. Person has flowers on his table and he wants to take a piece off of the flower. He wants to smell it, or he wants to maybe give it to somebody. It's not a problem. You're allowed to detach. It's already detached. It's not growing anymore. It's no longer continuing to get bigger or anything. One is allowed to detach a part, or sometimes a petal, from the flower. You have a rose and you want to take off a petal. One is allowed to do that on Shabbat. There's no problem. ולכן he says, כשיש ברית מילה בשבת ונוהגים להריח בבשמים אחר המילה, or sometimes that Friday night they want to give out besamim and they want to give it out and they realize, oh, it's big pieces, we want to make them smaller. When we want to give out besamim, they're a little too big, we don't have enough. So ההלכה is מותר לקטום את עשי הבשמים התלושים כדי לחלקם לקרואים. You're allowed to cut them to smaller pieces and give them out to people, so this way everyone can have a piece to make the beracha on. אולם אין להטיל כשקוטם ביד, אבל בסכין יש לאסור. This is all again if it's done by hand. If it's done with a knife, if it's a little bit thicker of a stem and it's hard to do with your hand and you want to use a knife, one is not allowed to do it with a knife. There are those that are even matir with the knife, but however, again, he brings down that one should not do it with the knife. Same thing would apply with grapes. A person wants to put a cluster of grapes. Of course, to take off the clusters and to eat grape by grape is for sure mutar. But let's say you want to detach the cluster and make it into different pieces. This would apply to say again, detaching it again is allowed. As in once it's detached from the ground, there's no problem. However, if you need to cut it with knives and this, that's already a problem, and therefore one should not do so on Shabbat. And again, the guests that are taking, they have no problem to pull off the grapes out of the cluster. That's definitely mutar, and one is allowed to do it on Shabbat.